Good morning, everybody. Hello. Thank you for joining me. It's Thursday, October 1st, 2020, the first day of October, which for Stampin' Up demonstrators, it's the first day of the year. Our year starts October 1st. So it's a big day for us. Hey, Robin. And yesterday was the last day of the previous year. Good morning, Robin. Good to see you. I'm gonna look for myself over here on Facebook. Hey, Dorothy. Good morning. So my name is Jennifer Cotton, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Hey, Jewel. Good morning. Hey, Teresa. Right back at you. Good morning, hot stuff. Good morning, Rhonda. Lots of people here right on time today. I love it. Hey, Pam. I forgot to post yesterday that I was going live today. Totally forgot. Hey, thanks for sharing, Rhonda. So I kind of forgot it was Thursday as well. But my name's Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Ooh, Jean, thank you. In Midlothian, Texas. And what that means, hey, Landa, is I teach people how to make cards, gift packaging, make scrapbook pages, home decor items, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and all kinds of tools and accessories. And then you can buy those things from me, the stamps, ink, paper, tools, and accessories. And so this is my full-time job. So thank you for watching the video and supporting me. If you want to get anything today, you can. I have an online store. Thank you for sharing, Teresa. And I have an incentive for you to order from me. Hey, in Virginia, Catherine, good morning. So every month there's an incentive. There's lots of ways to order from me, but one of them, hey, Brenda, is every month you can just go to my store, place an order if it's $25 or more, and you enter this little code called a host code. On the shopping page now, there's a thing where all your totals are, and right below that it says host code, and you click the plus and type that little code in or paste it. Anyway, that links you to my online ordering special, and you will get a free class packet to make 4 cards. And this month, they will use the Poinsettia Petals bundle. So you'll need this stamp set to complete your little kit that I send you to make the 4 cards. Everything will be cut, punched, die cut, ready for you to just stamp and assemble. So if we use these dies, which of course we will, we'll die cut those for you. We'll use pretty papers and all ribbons and all kinds of stuff in your projects. Now, if your online order with that code is $50 or more, in addition to that class kit, you're going to get a free full accessory. So basically, every month, place an order with me, 50 or more, you get an accessory from me, plus a class kit. And then, if your order online is $150 or more, don't put the host code. Stampin' Up's going to give you at least $15 in free merchandise, and I'll give you both of my gifts. And it is limit 1 gift per person per month. We do everything at the end of the month. We see who all, so like today's October 1st. So as soon as I get off this today, I will be closing out my order to order all the gifts and the paper we need to cut. Landa will help me cut the paper usually. Usually she does it all. And then Karen helps me make thank you cards, and then we get it all mailed out in about a week or so. Any questions, just let me know. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. Hey, and good morning. Hey, Linda, good morning. Hey, Mary and Carol, good to see you guys. Good morning, everybody. Robin, I can't remember if I said hi to Robin. But good to see you guys. And by the way, the reason everybody's saying hi, maybe you're probably just being friendly, but also you get entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. And where's my stuff? I'm going to make 3 cards today with the Peace and Joy bundle, which I love. This is my favorite. Hey, Cindy Howard, good morning. Thanks for sharing. This is my favorite bundle from the new catalog. I love big words, big word stamps. And then there's big word dies too. So you'll see that today. So you can win the 3 cards possibly by commenting on the video. And then if you share the video, comment that you shared, like Carol, for example. Thank you, Carol. And good morning. And then you'll be entered a second time. Hey, Eleanor, good morning. Okay, so that's that part. Before I get started with my promotions, I want to share a card I received in the mail. I don't know why I have the envelope there because I don't want to give addresses away. This is from Candy Waddell. Thank you so much, Candy. Super pretty. Hey, is it Rokio? I don't know how you pronounce your name, but I'm glad it's your first time watching. Thank you. Rokio or Rokio, maybe. Anyway, good morning. Thank you, Joel, for sharing. Hey, Charlotte. Hey, Jennifer. Good morning. Another Jennifer. Anyway, so Candy sent me this card and she wrote a really sweet note. Jennifer, seems like I've known you forever. True. Pretty much since I was a demonstrator 19 years ago almost. I mean, almost that I met Candy. Anyway, you are a blessing to me. I pray every day for you and your family. Please stay healthy, strong, and happy, even though this crazy world tries to bring us down. So true. Love you bunches, Candy. P.S. Keep up the great job you're doing with the cards and weekly videos. I enjoy them. So thank you very much, Candy. And isn't that card adorable? She used lots of different products mixed together there, which I'm not as good at doing lately. Not that, oh, Rosio. I like it. Thank you for doing that spelling. I was hoping you would, but I didn't want to say, like, put a phonetic spelling on there. Hey, Joel, thank you. Okay, cool. Quick little preview, or like a reverse preview. These were the cards for my online ordering special last month. So this is what we'll be getting cut for you this week. If you ordered online last week with the host code, and then it was 25 or more, and you'll get the kit. Again, we'll so this one, that snowflake there will be die cut. The blue glimmer snowflake will be die cut. The white one in the center will be die cut. There's a bug flying around. This little white piece will be die cut. This is embossed. You'll just stamp and assemble. So that's for last month, though. We have a new one this month. Okay, so I sent out my customer email newsletter this morning. I scheduled it a couple of days ago, and it went out this morning. So for everything except, I believe, one class I'm going to talk about, all the links are ready for you to sign up. I have 4 classes that I do every month that anyone can take in the entire United States, because they are offered to go. And they are card class, scrapbook class, sampler class, and Stamp-A-Stack class. And before COVID, they all happened on one day at a big building I rented. And so I'm still offering them live now, just with limited number of people per time. I'm also offering them to go, but local people can pick up all the supplies from my porch and take them home for 24 hours and stamp it at home and return, or just traditional to go, which means you use your own stamps and ink at home with my PDF instructions and everything cut, punched, die cut, embossed, ready for you to stamp and assemble. Okay. All of these now just use one stamp set so that you don't have to purchase 5 stamp sets to make 4 little cards or whatever. A tip, and I've had several people I'm going to have to email later today. When you register for my live class, that does not get you a class packet. That just reserves your time slot. There is a link that you have, no matter who, everyone who takes these 4 classes has to click this link to get the class packet. A, because that's where you paid for them, if that's part of it, and B, that's where I look to see how much paper to cut. Also, if you're checking out the tubs, same thing. Or if you're getting it to go and you're going to stamp it yourself, same thing. You have to use that one link to get the class packet. And then if you're going to attend live, you tell me that on this other one, or if you're going to get a tub, you tell me that. So just be aware, if you're doing live or tubs, there's 2 links to click. Okay, I'm reading my notes to see if I forgot anything. You can, of course, add shipping when you register if you are getting it and you're not local. And I have some people who, you know, live just one town over, but they get shipping because that saves them time and effort, which I understand. Okay, so card and scrapbook are $15, free with a $20 order. We make 4 cards for card class, and I'll show you the 4 cards from last month. Of course, I don't have this month's designed yet, but we made these 4 cards last month. And everything, again, was cut, die cut, punched. All you had to do was stamp and assemble with your 1 stamp set. And I want to point out real quick, this is the dies I'll be using today. So there's a bonus sample with that. But those are last month's card class. This month, we're going to use the In the Pines bundle to make all 4 cards for $15, free with a $20 order. This is also a club you can join where you'll be a hostess one of the months out of the year. So let me know if you want to join the card club or the scrapbook club. They're both clubs. And RSVP links have been sent out, and I can send them to you if you're not on my email list. Scrapbook class, we're going to make 3 12 by 12 pages using Love of Leaves bundle, one of my favorites from the holiday catalog. So they will be, you make 3 12 by 12s, 2 that match, a single, and then the next month you make the matching and 2 more. So it just continues on. Hey Nessa, with matching pages, a 12 by 12 layout. I know I missed a bunch of people. Hey Laura, hey Hannah, good morning. Jackie, good morning. Linda, thank you. Wait, what did I miss there? Under Jackie, Hannah said, oh, Candy, how sweet. Yes, they're friends. Okay, so anyway, the themes will be fall and Thanksgiving for those pages, and they will be different. Okay, then the next 2 classes are priced differently. They're not free with an order because they include product already. So sampler is $28. Let me show you last month's sampler. We made a Halloween one. Super, well, in my opinion, super cute. And the lights always interfere with this because of the glass. So let me turn it a little bit sideways. But you can frame these 12 by 12 samplers in your own 12 by 12 shadow box. You can put them in page protectors. You can do whatever you want with them. The class is $28. It includes, thank you Shirley for sharing, it includes $20 in merchandise. This month we're going to have the plaid tidings designer paper, the embroidered ribbon, and the metallic paper as part of your $20 in merchandise. Of course, I always can reserve the right to change it if there's a back order, which I checked the list this morning and everything's looking good. Sampler is also going to use Love of Leaves bundle, so it'll be a nice fall sampler. So sign up, sign up. And then last but not least, on those 4 classes, Stamp a Stack, we're going to make 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. For $30, you're going to get $20 in merchandise, including the 'Tis the Season designer paper, Wonder of the Season ribbon, and wonderful gems. Do I have? Yes. So I'm going to show you all those things when I make my cards today, because that's what I'm using. And at least one of the cards from today is also going to be a Stamp a Stack card. I haven't decided on all of those yet. Linda, that could be your Halloween decor. Just hang that sampler up in your house. Hey Pat, good morning. Good to see you as well. Okay, so Stamp a Stack. Then, so those are the 4 classes every month. Just change the theme every month. Then I announced this class last week, the, what do I call it? Wonder of the Season 20 cards at home. So you're going to get, and I went through these last week, the Wonder of the Season Memories and More cards, which there's all these beautiful stickers and cards and stuff. And then the Wonder of the Season Memories and More card bases and envelopes. Plus a lot of other product. Wonder of the Season ribbon, wonderful gems. It's going to be $38 in product. The class is $40. And everything will be cut, embossed, die cut. The only exception, oh, and I forgot to say that, the exception on Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler as well is we don't cut up the designer paper that's included with your fee, or if we include Memories and More cards and say we want to cut this one down to 3 by 4, you would cut that yourself, because you need to open up your packet and take it out and cut it. But everything else is done for you, and then you get a PDF tutorial with pictures, instructions, measurements, all that stuff. So this class is $40. It includes $38 value of product. You need to sign up. Oh, I forgot to say dates on the others. I'm all over the place this morning. The other one, this one, you RSVP by October 26th, and then the kits will be ready. Hey, Candy, I talked all about you a few minutes ago. You'll have to watch replay if you weren't there. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah. Good to see you. Linda says true about the sampler. 100%. That can be your decor. Anyway, kits will be ready to pick up or mailed by November 4th. You can add on shipping when you register if you choose, or you can buy tutorials only for $20 for that class, 20 cards. I wanted to show you guys my fun fall stamp camp at home that we just had, just so you can get an idea of what my classes, what kind of quality you get, I guess. So this was the home decor piece. This is removable, so you can change it out seasonally. Pretty cool. And then we made a paper pumpkin box full of cards. Some, in my opinion, super cute little note cards and envelopes. The very vanilla ones there. So we made 4 of those, 4 different designs. And of course with this one they got all kinds of stuff with their feed. Designer paper, metallic paper, ribbon, acorns. Hey Kathy, good morning. They made this full-size card, this one, which one of my friends and customers, Holly, was here when I made this card, and it was an accident, but I loved how it turned out. This card and this card. So that was 10 projects plus a bunch of dollars in product and all that of my last class, similar to this Wonder of the Season I'm offering. Then I've been telling you guys about our retreat in a box. We do have a live retreat on Halloween weekend in Waxahachie, Texas, and we have 1 spot open. If you're interested, let me know. However, you can also take it to go if you're not local or don't want to attend live. And it's an all thrills, no frills retreat, live or to go. So the price is a little lower, and it's just all your projects and your $50 in merchandise, and everything's cut, die cut, punch, ready to go. So we will be doing some Christmas, some fall / Thanksgiving, and some Halloween projects with the Festive Post stamp set and the Celebration Tidings stamp set, and we'll use the Celebration labels dies that coordinate and are bundled with this one. So we'll do all 3 themes. You can sign up by October 18th, and kits are mailed by approximately October 23rd. It's $75. It includes over $50 in merchandise plus at least 10 projects. So great deal as always. When you register for any of my events, you can add on stamp sets, bundles, etc. if you don't have those, and that's an option. You're not forced to. And then within the retreat in a box, we have 2 classes offered. You can only take 1 or both of the classes, or you can take the retreat and add 1 or both of the classes. So it's technically 3 separate offerings. So I'm doing the what did I call it? Heartwarming Hugs Gifty class. So get ready for your gift card holders, your Christmas cards, gift tags, and a little treat thing with our cute coffee cup holder and coffee cups. And we will use warm hugs, the dies that go with that, warm wraps, and wrapped in Christmas. 10 projects. These are mega classes. Hey Linda, thank you for sharing. And good morning. Thank you, Laura and Kathy. I appreciate that. So these classes are $45. They include $35 in merchandise before tax and shipping. So about $41 in product for a $45 class, plus 10 projects in my class. And then April's class, my retreat partner, is the Snowflake Splendor Stamp-A-Stack, 20 cards, 4 designs, 5 of each. $45 in product plus tax and shipping, so same value as mine. I mean $35 in product. I totally said that wrong. $35 plus tax and shipping, $45 for the class. So all the links are out. I think I said deadlines on that already, October 18th, and then your kits will be mailed by the 23rd or ready for pickup, whichever you choose. And then let me go back real quick to the first 4 classes I said, just to give those deadlines real quick. Card and scrapbook, sign up for October 17th. Sampler and Stamp-A-Stack, October 12th. Hey Barbara, good morning. And just a reminder, all these classes I'm talking about can be taken anywhere in the United States. Okay, coming soon, I don't have the link set up yet, is a live or to-go sneak peek event from our new upcoming catalogs, the January to June mini catalog and sale Abration, which is Stampin' Up's biggest sale of the year. So save the date. It's December 12th at the Midlothian Civic Center. Of course, we'll have social distancing, all kinds of rules in place for the live one, and then that will be probably a couple of days after that is when the to-go one will be mailed. Okay, so info coming on that soon. Stampin' Up Specials, we have a designer paper sale that started today, and this is a really good one. Usually I think always our designer paper sale that happens this month has been buy 3, get 1 free. This one is 15% off, no minimum or no maximum. So you can get one pack of paper for 15% off, all of them, multiples of the same one. You can mix and match any way you want. So this was in my email, so you can see all the papers. I also put in my email a list. There are 15 different designer papers on sale. They all are $9.78 instead of $11.50. And if you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator, of course, you get your discount on top of the sale price always. So even better for us as Stampin' Up demonstrators. The paper I'm going to use today is one of the sale ones, which I'll show you when I do it, but it's the Tis the Season is 15% off. So be aware of that. If you're placing orders, you might want to add one or change your order to designer papers to, you know, maximize that and get other stuff next month or whatever. And then demonstrators can pre-order a new product today. I don't think I'm allowed to show the flyer, so I'm not going to show it, but I'll just tell you about it. It's called Curvy Celebrations. If you're not a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you can order it November 3rd, and then it ends January 4th. 2 of the products will be in our January to June mini catalog, and 2 are exclusive only to until January 4th, and then they're gone forever. So one is called Quite Curvy Stamp Set, and of course that means the greetings are in curves. The dies, there's lots of curvy dies. There's dies that match some of the images. There's birds. There's like swags of leaves and stuff, dies for that, and then lots of greetings in these, like you're 1 in a million, made with love just for you. Always love to have those to put on the back of the card. Hooray for you, wishing you the happiest of birthdays, thinking of you makes my day, hello. And I think I read them all. And then there's some leaves and birds and stuff. And then the dies. And then the Curvy Christmas stamp set. I like this one even better personally. Really cute. There's a curvy hill with trees on it. There's a curve with stars sprinkled throughout it. There's a big bow stamp. No dies for this one, so just FYI, no die for the bow. There's a few like leaf swag kind of images. And then thinking of you at Christmas, and may your days be merry and bright. And then there's stars and snowflakes and like dots of snow. Oh, and then there's a designer paper called Classic Christmas 6x6 designer paper. 48 sheets, 4 each of 4 double-sided designs. 4 each of 4. That math doesn't add up to 48, but, oh, because there's 3 colors. Cherry Cobbler, Shaded Spruce, and Sahara Sand. So, if you want, and you, by the way, they have a bundle to get everything I just said, all of it 10% off, which they do not normally do that. So that's awesome. It's $70.50 to buy all of it. So if you're a customer, you can get it November 3rd. If you're a demonstrator, you can get it today. If you want to be a demonstrator, you can get it today as well, because you can get our starter kit for $99. You pick 125 of anything you want. Hey Rhonda, good to see you. And part of that 125 could be anything that I just talked about. So contact me. Anyone can buy our starter kit. There's no obligation if you buy the starter kit. You do get our discount. You do sign up as a demonstrator, but nothing happens if you don't do anything and you drop out. People do it all the time. And, but you get some benefits, like you'll get to see and receive the mini catalog early. You'll get to order from it early if you choose to. All kinds of perks. So let me know if you have any questions on that. I'm really like distracted today and not showing y'all stuff I intended to show. It's laying here in front of me. But quickly, last but not least, on my list is to remind you for Paper Pumpkin for October. So you have until October 10th to sign up for this month's Paper Pumpkin. That's our monthly craft box in the mail. This is the one, hey Pam, for September 2020. So last month, last month as of yesterday. And you always get in these kits an exclusive stamp set that cannot be purchased anywhere else. Nobody can buy it unless they got Paper Pumpkin. Adhesives, so there's dimensionals and glue dots there, and accessories like twine, ribbon, embellishments, and so on. 1 or more inks. This is Cajun Craze. And then, of course, the instructions and supplies to make whatever the projects are. This last month, it was these cute cracker boxes that you can use for Halloween or fall. And I do have one kit available, by the way. It's not here yet, but when it gets here, it will be available. So if you want to sign up for the October kit, it is our Christmas card kit. It's called Joy to the World, and that's as much of a sneak peek as we get, as well as you. Demonstrators don't get a sneak peek either. So that's all we know, but Stampin' Up! Has described it as 8 elegant Christmas cards. There's also a whole thing with Paper Pumpkin this month about let me read this correctly. Sharing ideas, project ideas, spreading joy, getting pen pals all over the world with a Joy of Paper Pumpkin Facebook group Stampin' Up! Has started. So if you purchase the kit or subscribe, you can join that group and participate, or just be a lurker like I usually am in groups and see what everybody's sharing and get ideas from that. So I'll put a link to that group in a comment on this video. And how you get Paper Pumpkin, you can just go to my website and purchase 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, or you can go to a special link that I'll put in the description of the video and subscribe, and then you'll get it every month. It's $22 plus tax, free shipping, cancel anytime, put it on hold anytime. So it's awesome. And it's always a surprise. We don't know what we're going to get until we get it. So, there's that. Okay, what I meant to show, I'll just show these couple of things real quick. This was my Stamp-A-Stack from last month. So, they made 3 of each card, 12 total. This was, everyone who was here live told me was their favorite because of the unique colors. But they do match the designer paper. And then I did also hear a lot of compliments on this gray one as well. But that was last month's Stamp-A-Stack, 12 cards, includes 20 in merchandise, all that stuff. And then last month's scrapbook. I forgot to show that. So we made Halloween pages. We made those two. Can't figure out my center. And then we made, not this one, but we made this one. And of course all that was die cut for them. And then this was from the previous month to make that 2-page layout. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to point the camera down and get started with some stamping. I've hardly looked at the iPad. Hopefully everything's been good. Let me see real quick. Thanks for sharing. Sherry, I think I said hi to everybody else. Barbara, hello. I always forget who I said hi to also. Hey, Linda. So if I say it twice, that's just extra. Okay, so let's point it down and see if I can get it a little bit straight. Hear that clicking sound. So we are using Peace and Joy bundle, which I love, of course. As I said, my favorite. When I saw the catalog and I saw how big these greetings were, I was very excited. And it's so funny. Every day when I'm going to do Facebook Live, I position my camera where it's supposed to be. And then when I re-hook it up the next day and turn it down, it's not centered anymore. Anyway, my favorite. So Peace and Joy, it's a bundle. You're going to see it in action in a minute. We're also going to use the 'Tis the Season designer paper. And there are 1, 2, I can't do it straight, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, see those little stripes on there, 11, 12 designs. You get 4 of each. It's 48 sheets. And of course they're double-sided, so there's different designs on the back. And they are on sale this month. 48 sheets of 6x6 for $9.78. So that's the paper I'm going to use today with this. By the way, all of this that I'm showing you right now is what we're going to use for the Stamp-A-Stack this month. So keep that in mind. If you like it, then you can do the Stamp-A-Stack. I'm also going to use the Wonderful Gems, which, as you can see, mine are used there, but they're super pretty. And then the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack, which is gorgeous ribbon. So gorgeous. And you'll see it in action as well. Okay, so the first card, by the way, all of these are from our holiday catalog, and if you don't have a copy, let me know. I actually still have them out on my porch for local pickup, and I can mail it to you if you're not local. It's online, of course. You can go to my blog and see it there, and it's on, or all the products are in the online store. But if you want to see a PDF of this, you can see that on my blog. So there's a lot of the products I'm going to use on page 31. And then Peace and Joy, I forget what page it's on. Right there on page 18, the bundle. Okay, so that's that book. For the first card, this is like a surprise for me too. I have to flip it over and see what it is. Oh yeah. So it's kind of a simple, it looks like a simple card, but it's kind of not simple. So my card base is Whisper White. Take 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it in half. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. And then the next layer is Shaded Spruce, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. And it's been embossed. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I pre-die cut a piece of Whisper White from our layering squares framelits, which mine are a mess in there. But you get, do I have the number written down? It's a ton of dies. 19 dies in here. And there are scallop squares and regular squares. So this is the largest scallop square that I cut that Whisper White cardstock from. And then with the one step down square, I cut a piece of the designer paper with the little trees on it. Let me show you the back. There's the back, and then the trees on front. Super pretty. And of course that is shaded spruce, because everything with Stampin' Up matches and coordinates. Then I have a scrap of shaded spruce that I'm going to use, and then a scrap of Whisper White, and then I pre-die cut a piece of Whisper White. Let me grab the dies here. So the dies are just all the words: peace, joy, and bright. There are 3 dies for each word, so this is bright. So there's the largest bubble. There's the skinniest one that says bright, and then there's the center or medium one, and that one matches all of the stamps. So technically you can stamp and then die cut it out, or you can use it as a layer without it being stamped, and you'll see both of those on my cards today. It's so versatile. I love it. And then of course there's all these words to go with it and the accents. It's awesome. Okay, but this card says peace. So the die, this is the big bubble one that I pre-die cut for you just to save time. And then I'm going to also die cut the second one. So I'm not using the skinny piece on this one. And I've already done this, so I just need that one right now. Okay, and then I'm going to heat emboss the word peace onto this shaded spruce cardstock. So I have the peace stamp, and then I'm also going to say on earth in a little bit, but that's not for embossing. So when I heat emboss, what I do, get all this out of my way, is I take a dryer sheet, an unused dryer sheet, and I rub it all over the paper to remove the static. And that's because embossing powder can be staticky. And I don't want, let me stamp it before I bring that in. I don't want the powder sticking where I didn't stamp. Then I need my Versamark ink pad. So this is one of the ink pads we carry that you can heat emboss with, because it's very sticky. It's also a watermark. It says it right there. So technically, if I just wanted the word peace in a darker green than what my paper is, I could use that ink for that. But we're going to use it for heat embossing. You just need an ink that stays sticky long enough, wet long enough for the powder to stick to it. And then I'm going to pour my white embossing powder on top. Whisper, or it's not called Whisper White, but it's white. I have 2 pieces of scratch paper here. I'm going to tap that to get the excess to fall off. And the second one, the first one's already been folded in half before I started. The second one is to catch anything that doesn't make it back in, just in case, to my little container. And you can also just use a larger container that you pour all your powder in and what's the word I'm looking for? Scoop, leave it in the container, scoop it under, shake it off. Anyway, I got this tip years ago to keep a clothespin attached to your heat tool so that you can hold it, because this is a heat tool. It's not a blow dryer. It will burn you. And our heat tool has 2 levels, low and high, 1 and 2. So 1 is low. That's not for heat embossing. That's for like drying ink. And 2 is for heat embossing. It gets very hot. It will burn you, so be careful. And then you just want to move, or once it heats up and you see it change, you want to keep moving it around so that you don't burn it or overheat. So there's the change. Hopefully you can see it. It gets a lot brighter, whatever the color is, and more solid and shiny. And you just, like I said, just move it down the line. And you can see how shiny it is. And then you always want to reflect it in a light and make sure that you didn't miss a section. because if you did, eventually that Versamark ink will dry and the powder will flake off and you'll have a hole in your image. Okay, so that's it on heat embossing. Pretty simple, but oh wow. And then we're going to die cut that out. So I'll bring over my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Let's see if turning it that way, maybe you can see more of it on the screen. You can get this now from Stampin' Up. It's $120. It is awesome. The mini machine is still not available yet, so be aware of that. This Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine does fold up for storage, so it takes up less space on your surface. And then you open it up when you're ready to use it. Sorry about the shaking there. And then it comes with everything you need. So the two platforms it comes with 2 clear cutting plates, and it comes with an embossing plate, a thicker one for our 3D embossing folders. The magnetic platform is sold separately. I believe it's $24. You can see mine has been used, and so it's starting to warp. They do warp as you use them, so you need to be aware of that. And I haven't really found a way to bend it back in place, and it's just going to warp more and more. And Stampin' Up does call it a consumable product, so it's going to get consumed and you'll need another one eventually. So just be aware of that. And then you just line up your image, of course, with the die, or the die with the image. I'm kind of far away from this, so I can't see as well. I usually like to be right on top of it, so I did pre-do one in case I'm off there. And then you only have to run it through once. The exception on that is when you're cutting through something really thick, like glimmer paper, or one thing I'm going to do on one other card today, which I'll show you at that time. But just one time through, everything cuts out perfectly. It's awesome. This machine is stronger than the Big Shot. So, okay. So I will need it one more time to show you guys another little trick later. And then I think after I stamp on Earth, those will be all the pieces I need. I'm going to use Shaded Spruce for this piece. Thanks for sharing, G. Is it Jean? G, or I think I've heard your name pronounced as GN. You can tell me. Hey, Janet, late to the party, no problem. Good morning. Hey, Terry, good morning. Trying to catch up there real quick. Okay, so I'm going to stamp On Earth in Shaded Spruce, just on a little scrap there. And then I'll hand cut that out, which is super simple, even if you don't like hand cutting, because it's just straight. I like to normally try to leave a little edge on it, so whatever color it is. This is white, but you may want to cut it all the way too, depending on the project. So there's that. But again, even for someone like me who can't draw or cut a straight line, you can cut that pretty easily. And I think the other piece I pre-did is a little bit better, so I'm going to use that one instead. And we just blame this on the fact that it was done on a video. So, you know, nothing is perfect there. Then I was going to tell you about the embossing. So the Shaded Spruce cardstock has been embossed with the Evergreen embossing folder. And so for that, you just put your unembossed paper inside. I actually lined it up with, not that you have to, with the line that's drawn here. And then I put it up to the top of the line. And that doesn't really matter. You just position the trees where you want. But if I were going to make multiples, it's nice to have a point, like a guide of where you're going to insert it every time, which you can just mark on here with a Sharpie and take right off with like hand sanitizer. But anyway, So this is a really detailed embossing folder. There's trees that are more embossed and less embossed as it goes up. It's called Evergreen. It's in the holiday catalog. It's awesome. And this is a thick one, so you would put the gray cutting pad. Let me just show you. So your machine comes with these pieces. Take this one away because it's for die cutting, which it says there. It tells you this is for embossing. And you would put with your paper inside there, this directly on top of here because it's a 3D, and then the gray one on top. And then just a tip, always insert the folded end where it goes into the machine first and don't roll backwards. So if you were going to do it from the other side, that's fine. Just put the folded end into the machine first. So that's how you emboss, depending on what kind of folder you have. But anyway, okay, so we have all our pieces. I'm going to fold my card base in half with the bone folder. And ooh, there's always stuff on my on my paper. I think, anyway, I don't know. But if you win these cards, I will always give you the best version of the card. Yeah, I can hide it right there. So it may be the one I originally made. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. I like to hold it straight up and down to prevent it from needing to be hand advanced so much, and it just breaks off really easy. Just pick it straight up. And I'm going to attach this to my card base. So that's 4 by 5 1/4, so it should have a nice even border around the edges. Then these two will layer because I use the dies. So attach that designer paper. It is like a skinny border on this scallop, so you just have to look at all 4 sides and make sure you kind of get it even. And then for peace and for on earth, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. So turn those upside down. I'm going to use regular size dimensionals, but I've cut some in half. So I pre-cut them in half, which I do anyway, but especially for this, you need smaller pieces because you don't want the Stampin' Dimensionals to show on the front. You could also use mini Stampin' Dimensionals, and you can cut them up even smaller, which I think I do need to do for a couple of sections here. And of course, I know a lot of you use way more Stampin' Dimensionals than I do. That's fine. I'm just don't use a ton. Personal preference. Okay. So then we'll put this on the white one, and it looks so cool. With the heat embossing, it gives that little, because it's white on the green, so you have 3 colors, 3 layers there, but only 2 actual layers, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to attach this one flat to the square. Just right across the center there will be plenty of adhesive. And then on earth goes right below. And then, yes, I did use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this as well. It's a little bit crooked. So I'll use the ones I cut in half, and I'll do 4 halves. And that's it for this card. So it's sort of minimalist, I guess, as far as the look anyway. But of course, these trees match these trees, which is awesome. Bring it up a little closer so you can see it better. And then you have the shine with the embossing powder. Don't know how well that shows there, but it is shiny. And yeah, I tried to add a bow to this, but it was too much in my opinion. And I was only, what that is, only trying to use these ribbons, and I didn't like them on this card. So maybe a white ribbon would look good, but I just didn't do that. So there we go. Thanks for sharing, Pam. G-Ann. Awesome. Thank you. You're caving. This, I don't know who wouldn't want this stamp. Only I say that because it's my favorite. It definitely drew my eye first thing when I saw the book. But again, I've always been like a sucker for big images. And really that's because I've always had a scrapbook class or club in my business. And they're great for scrapbooking. And I can't wait until I do the scrapbook pages with these big words because they are going to look awesome on a page. Okay, for our next card, we have our Whisper White card base, 5.5, 8.5. Cherry Cobbler, 4 by 5 1/4. And you can see that I have pre-die cut the bubble for Bright from it because I'm going to cover it up anyway. So don't waste your paper underneath if possible. And then a piece of the 'Tis the Season designer paper, 3 3/4 by 5. And then I pre-die cut the middle section of Bright with Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to scrap a white here. And then I have a piece of Shaded Spruce. And then a piece of our Adhesive Sheets. And that's what they're called, Adhesive Sheets. And so I'm trying to get better about remembering to use the adhesive sheets when I die cut something super skinny that I want to glue down. I'm looking for my dies over here. Here they are. And this is obviously going to say Bright. I've got these all mixed up. I need to get a picture from Landa of how they are supposed to go on here so I can fit them back. But anyway, I'm going to die cut Bright from that Shaded Spruce, and I'll show you how to do it with the sticker sheet. And then On Earth, and Mary, or Mary and, whatever. It doesn't matter the order because I'm going to cut them out. Mary and are mounted on one clear block, and I'm going to use that as well on this card. Mary and Bright. Okay, so first thing, I usually do this first. I didn't on the last card. Let me get this folded and out of my way. You don't want to glue stuff down to your card base before, when it's too early, in case you mess up. I'm going to stamp these words in Cherry Cobbler, which I re-inked just the center of that ink pad yesterday. Because I knew I just needed a little bit of ink. And I'll hand cut those out just like I did the other ones. And then for Bright, I'm going to attach this. So usually throughout those sheets, which I believe are 6 inches by 12 inches, there are places where it's divided. And so when you peel it off, the sticky is here. And I always try to cut this a little smaller than the cardstock I'm sticking it to, so it doesn't go over the edges and stick to my die cutting machine or whatever. But anyway, you put the sticky down onto your cardstock. Press. This is trash. And then turn it over and do your die cutting on the paper side. And this is the one that I found I needed to run through twice. I actually only ran it through once, so it was too late. But it took me a little longer to poke all the pieces out yesterday. So I'm going to just go through once and then come back. And the other one worked. It was just a little more time consuming for me to poke everything out of it. So let me show you. So you can use the sticker sheets on anything really, but they're really nice when you need to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, place adhesive on something skinny. And then you're going to ensure that pretty much every part of it has adhesive. So I'm just going to get these out of here now. Always clean out your dies immediately, even if you're not about to reuse it, because you might forget to do it next time. And if paper is jammed in there, it won't cut good for the next piece. There is a dot to the eye, but they're so tiny, I never use those. I always just use like a rhinestone or something, but you could use it, but I don't. So just gonna scoop scoot that away. Having an issue there. And then I'll just start taking this out of here. Yeah, so much easier than when I only ran it through one time yesterday. And sometimes when I do that, and I should have done something twice, I'll realign the die and start over, but I was lazy yesterday and I just worked with it for a little longer. Eve, whether you use adhesive sheets or not with these, I have found that they lose their shape a little bit. And then, so when you put it on this piece, you just reshape it, and it's very easy. Everything is sticking to me. Okay, so just start peeling it off. You do have to get it started. Just good luck with your fingernails. Don't forget, this one was 2 pieces, so we're gonna come across that at some point and possibly have to, yeah, see that bottom there? So that's because it was 2 pieces of sticker sheet. So you'll have 2 backings. Or adhesive sheets, I should say. And see how it's totally sort of misshaped. So I just start with one end, one letter, and attach down one at a time and reform it to the correct shape. And of course, if you weren't using the bubble, you would just shape it freehand. So there we go. Pretty simple. And then I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to attach this to my cherry cobbler bubble. So same as before. See what you guys are saying. Thank you, Laura. Thanks, Terry. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel quieter in here today, which makes no sense because it's always just me in here talking when I do Facebook Lives. Even though I am talking to you guys, nobody's talking back out loud. So, I don't know, it feels quieter though. Okay, that will be plenty for my taste. This card's going to turn out cute. I'm trying to remember which one oh, the last one is the one I think for sure might be part of the Stamp-A-Stack. If you're taking the class and want to vote, we can't do the first one. It's too, I think, I don't know. We might do the first one. But anyway, if you're taking the class and you want to vote, please feel free. Okay. I'm getting myself confused because I don't know why, but saying that totally distracted me. Let's cut these out. But the last card, I think for sure, is going to be one of my Stamp-A-Stack cards. Because you don't want to make I don't anyway, want to make them too complicated because you have to make a bunch. And also, I just really like it. It's really cute. So, same as before here. I'll leave that upside down so I can add the dimensional. Just do my halves. And I think I need to cut another one here. Oh no, here's one. That might be a little ginormous for that tiny little and. Of course, with this stamp set, you can mix and match all the words and make all kinds of sayings. You can also mix them, like this whole set mixes really well with other stamps, just like that one card I showed you guys already. Okay, so we're ready to assemble. The only thing I'm going to add is a bow from the ribbon here, which makes a really pretty bow. Love that ribbon. You don't need as much adhesive as we used to with our new adhesive, Stampin' Seal. So that's a bonus. I'm not doing any ribbon around the back of this, so I can go ahead and attach it down. Isn't that cute? That paper is so cute. The little candy canes on it. Kind of put bright in the center there. Forgot we'll also need one of these in a second. I have to put it out so I'll remember to use it. And then Merry and Bright, right? So we just need a bow and a wonderful gem to dot the eye. And I didn't use the red because it doesn't match Sherry Cobbler as much. So I used the clear one, which has gold, and I used the smaller one. There's two sizes, like a small and a large. I don't know how well you can see it there, but it has gold glitter inside it, basically, but unevenly distributed, which is kind of cool. I look at it like if I had some kind of material, the clear stuff that I was mixing glitter in and then dropping little drops on a table, the glitter would be not evenly distributed. That's what it looks like. So there's that. Now I'm just going to do a bunny ear bow. So 2 bunny ears. You have to give enough space between the two to do all your folding. And of course leave a tail on the one end. I always try to do it from the roll so I have no waste on one end. And then this is just thicker, so you really have to get your fingers in that rabbit hole to pull the other piece through. But then it forms such a pretty bow. I guess because of the material it's made out of. See? So pretty. And then trim it down. And so again, no waste on that end. I did do a little waste on this side, but oh well, it's too late. Usually I would redo it and make less be on that side, but of course we don't have time for all that right now. And then I just used 2 glue dots instead of my normal only use 1 glue dot because it's such a big bow. So I put kind of one to the side and one to the other side. Like that. Super cute. At least I was impressed with it when I made it. So cute. Here's the original. And if you're just joining, don't forget, if you comment, you'll be entered to win the 3 cards I'm making today. If you share the video, comment that you shared, and you'll also be entered again to win the 3 cards I'm making today. Both of those things, if you do, help me in my business, because then more people see the video, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the little hearts and whatever it was that just went by. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Smiley faces, etc. Hey, Stella. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, Linda Harrell. It is a really wide, thick ribbon, and I've mainly been using it, you know, just across the card, but it does make a really nice bow. This last card, again, this will be one of our Stamp a Stack cards for sure. Haven't decided on the other 2. So we have a crumb cake card base, 5 1/2, 8 1/2. We have a piece of crumb cake 4 by 5 1/4, and it has been embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. So if you can see the difference there, it just gives some awesome texture to any color paper you have. It's in the annual catalog. And then a piece of 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 Whisper White. And then, where's my designer paper? Did I forget to cut it? I think I maybe did. Let me grab it out of this stack here. There should be a strip of the designer paper that I'm going to use. It's this design. I just need to trim it down. And I believe it's 1 1/4. I remember cutting it, so I must have lost it, as I remember measuring my original. if I can use my ruler correctly, 1.5 by 5 1/4. So I'll just cut that down real quick. 1.5. And then 5 1/4 is how tall the crumb cake is. That's the scoring blade. And here's the back of this paper. Super cute. Okay, so this one has no die cutting. So you can just use the stamps and still make a really cute card. It does have embossing, but no die cutting. So those are those parts. This is what I'm going to stamp on. And, sorry, I forgot to say, a scrap of Whisper White, and I've already stamped To the World on that in Cherry Cobbler. I'm going to stamp Joy in Crumb Cake ink, and it's just sort of right in the center of this piece of white. By the way, as a reminder on photopolymer stamps, if you don't have a very, very firm, solid table or countertop, you'll want to put the Stampin' Pierce mat underneath your cardstock to stamp that with to get a nice, clear image. When your table is bumpy, flexible, any kind of things like that, you won't get a good image when you use these photopolymer stamps, and then especially even worse when it's a very solid image. So be aware of that. Okay, then I need my Cherry Cobbler and Shaded Spruce to stamp. I'm going to do the Holly Leaves and Berries, and I already stamped Joy, or To the World. You saw that. So, and by the way, as a side note, the reason I'm using my old ink pads on some of these is because the new ones that are this style are packed up in events that I have coming up. I have a team incentive event this weekend. It's Saturday, and we're doing some really cute projects from Wishes and Wonder, and so we're using these colors. And then I also have my team meeting. So I have lots of stuff packed up. There is a hair in that. For these events that are coming up. So anyway, that's why I do own all the colors in the new ink pads, just they're packed, which happens to me a lot. So there you go. Simple, easy to stamp. That's why that's a good Stamp-A-Stack card, by the way. Because a stack means a bunch of cards. What else do we need? We're going to cut out Joy, or To the World. I always want to say it as the full statement. Cut that out like before. Quick and easy. And then we're going to add some wonderful gems and a bow with our gold twine. Okay, so you can go ahead and attach our designer paper to our embossed cardstock. Just leave a little bit of a border there on the left, and then attach this to the card base. I don't know why, but this paper's a little longer. That usually doesn't bother me, but of course you could trim that off before you attach your card down if you like. On Stamp-A-Stack, as a reminder, you do cut your own designer paper, so that would be a piece that you had trimmed down yourself, but this would have already been cut and embossed for you, etc. Actually, I'm not ready to turn that over yet. Let me fix it up. I'm going to put To the World on with Stampin' Dimensionals. Get a couple of my pieces here. And And then that was more than a couple. They all came off as one piece. And then the rhinestones are what, to me, really make this card feel finished. The wonderful gems, I should say. And so take your pick tool. I use the pointed end. Some people use the paddle end. I'm going to put a large and then 2 of the small ones. Kind of right there. And then the bow is the last finishing touch. So I'm going to do a double bow. And like always, I like to leave it on the roll if I can. So this is the gold cord that comes with that ribbon pack. So I folded it over on itself, and then I'm just going to do a regular bow, not a bunny ear bow. I personally, not everybody agrees with me, but I find it easier to make with twine or anything really thin like this. I just tie a regular bow. Bunny ear bows actually mess me up when I do the skinny of a ribbon. I don't know why. It's just me probably. Okay, so mini glue dot. I'll just use one this time like my normal. Put that right there. Add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of this and be finished with this card. Woo! So, I hope you guys like these cards. Don't forget about the Stamp-A-Stack and the other classes that are coming up that you can sign up for. You can make 3 of these and get a bunch of the product with your fee and so on. So there's those, or that card. What do you think? Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Eleanor. Hey, Kelly. Good morning. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. Hey, Kim. Thank you, Linda. Hey, Betty. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Tammy. Awesome. Lots of you guys hopped on since I've looked, so that's awesome too. Let's bring back all 3 cards real quick so you can be reminded of what we made today, I guess. Maybe we should put that one in the center. And I hope you like this bundle as much as I do. It's so awesome. Like I've said already today multiple times. Can't wait till it's time to do the Christmas pages with it for scrapbooking. Oh, I do have a couple of other samples I can show you. And then I'll bring back in the one from earlier. So this is one I showed that from my card class last month. So we really were using a different stamp set. I'm blanking on the name. Year, I forget the name, but it has the word year in it. So that's the stamping part, but then we just combine the dies with it. And then these 2 are from my holiday catalog kickoff event. So lots of tools and stuff used there. And then here's the other one from the holiday catalog kickoff. There's that ribbon. There's another way to use the ribbon, Linda. We did like the little ruffle thing. Okay. So, thank you guys for watching. Pam, good. It's somebody else's favorite besides me. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Pam, Betty. Yes, big words, right? Love them. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, no problem, Betty. There's always replay. Thank you, Dana. Thanks, Linda. Thank you, Kelly and Landa. Thanks, Laura. So I think that you said the last one was your favorite. I know, and that's the least, no die cutting and all that stuff. So this set's really cool. Thank you, Eleanor. Good, Kim. Definitely. And by the way, as a side note, because she said she was going to case it, thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Eleanor. Which case means copy, by the way. And I just swiped away the comments, so they're gone forever now. I post the pictures, you know, where I've taken the still photos of these on my customer VIP group, which you can join, and on my blog. I've taken the photos, but I haven't edited them or scheduled posts yet today. So that's on my to-do list today. Also, a lot of other stuff is on my to-do list today. So it might be later than normal this time, but they do get posted. And that can help you if you are wanting to recreate them instead of having to pause the video. Trust me, I've been there. And like get a screenshot of it. You can look at those photos once I get those posted on those two places. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you joining me today. You guys also, Pam, have a great day and a great week. I should be on next week. I don't know of any reason I can't be. So watch for my posts and emails warning you of that. You can sign up for my email newsletter list if you're not on there to get all the class links and stuff. But of course, like always, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll forward you stuff. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye.